Hey, it's your girl Marie and welcome back to my channel. As y'all can see by the title, today we have another story time. Before I get into the story time, I want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that post notification button. Make sure y'all know every time I post another video. Make sure y'all follow me on all social medias, on Instagram at Salute Marie and TikTok at Salute Marie. Try to get me to 100 subscribers if you can. If you can't, then somebody else will, but get your girl to 100 subscribers, y'all. Support your girl and everything I do, so y'all be right there every time I post a new video. So let's get into this video. All right, y'all. So this video is gonna be a work video regarding, you know, racism at work. I didn't experience, you know, that a few times in my life, but this was at its finest. You could just tell it was just too much, so we about to get into it. Okay, y'all, so basically this story time took place back where I work at currently. I work at a warehouse. I'm not gonna name the name or anything like that, but I work at a warehouse, and it's like this new lady or whatever. She started working. She was a white lady. She started working there, whatever. Now, mind you, me and this lady is not in the same department. We not in the same nothing. She is like somebody that like cleaned the floors. Like, she's not a janitor. She's not that at all. She was somebody that like, it's like this big thing you sit in, and it have like wipers at the bottom, and you just sit. It's like you drive it and you just clean like the aisles or whatever. Like, so anything that waste, somebody calls, she clean it up, or she just clean the aisles up, period, so it can be safe for us to move through, right? So I see her rolling around, because you could always tell new faces, you know what I'm saying? I see her rolling around, even though the plant is so big, you know, I noticed her. So I see her rolling around or whatever, and I was like, okay. Like, I didn't pay her no mind, because mind you, we have no dealings. We're not even in the same department. So one day I had to go like to a whole nother department to get like an item or whatever. So mind you, we at work, y'all. I work 12-hour shifts. I'm not in no rush to do nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna get my job done. I'm gonna get it done accordingly, but I'm not in no rush to do anything. Now, this is the first incident, y'all. It was 3 incidents that happened with this lady. Okay, so this is the first one. So I'm riding, and you have to like cross a threshold, and then you'll be considered into warehouse. Like, we work break pack, but she works well, she don't even work in warehouse. She just cleans the floors. So just so happened, I'm riding, beeping my horn, because you got to beep your horn so other people that's walking, they can see you, they can hear you, so they're notified, like, hey, somebody behind me with a forklift, and I drive forklifts as well. Somebody behind me with a forklift, you know what I'm saying, either I got to go around, or I got to stop for pedestrians, just like you driving a car, right? So I go to the other side, you know what I'm saying. I'm not even supposed to be over there, but I had to be over there because I had to pull something that was over there. So I'm riding behind her, and I'm just casually honking my horn. I'm not honking my horn to rush her. I'm not honking my horn to do none of those things. I'm just honking my horn because that's what I'm supposed to do, right? So she's in front of me, right? And I noticed her, but at this point, I don't know this lady. We never had dealings, nothing. So she's going mad slow, but I'm at the end of the day, like, I can't go around her because it's other people that's coming this way. And you know what I'm saying? I can't just go around her. I'm going to hit them. So, and like I said, I wasn't even in no rush. She was just doing her. I was doing me. I was just waiting for her to get out of the way. So after the person that was on the left-hand side passed, she stops her equipment, right? It was like, she turns around at me, right? And she's like, just go, like yelling. Like, I'm like, what? So I swivel around and I pull up next to her, and I'm like, ma'am, who are you talking to? And she was like, you, just go around. And y'all, at that moment, you know what I'm saying, I'm the type of person, like, if I feel some type of way, you're gonna know it, and I'm gonna express myself in that moment. But in that moment, I was just so shocked that this lady was raising her voice at me and doing the most, that I was just like, who the are you talking to? Like, I said it just like that. And she was like, you, I'm talking to you. Go around. I'm like, what? Like, we ain't in no rush. We at work. Like, and I found myself explaining to her, and I'm like, Dante, just go around this lady and leave it at that, y'all. That was the first incident. And now, mind y'all might think like, oh, that's not being racist. But it is. Y'all gonna see why. Okay, so after that incident happened or whatever, you know, I told, you know, people that I'm cool with, like, the incident would happen because she was very hostile. Like, I just didn't get it because it wasn't even that serious. Like, lady, we at work. I would have went around you eventually when I had the opportunity, but you didn't have to raise your voice at me or yell at me. Who are you? You're nobody. Like, you're not even a lead. You clean the floors. Like, do your job and do it well and leave me alone. Like, I'm just trying to do my job so I can go home. So, okay, so incident number 2. So we get on incident number 2, y'all. Mind you, like I said, this lady cleaned the floors. She was down there in our area, which is considered break pack. She was down there in our aisles, right? So I had freight that I had to pull on that aisle. I went to the bathroom, y'all. Now, mind you, sometimes I get a stack of labels that have me on an aisle for hours, right? So I come back from the bathroom and she's cleaning my aisle. Now, mind you, it takes seconds for them to clean the aisle. All they got to do is go down and come back up and go off, right? This lady decides that I don't even know if she was asleep. I don't know what she was doing, but she wasn't doing her job. She was at the far end of the aisle, just sitting there with like a board in her hand and a pencil, but she wasn't moving. Like, she was just like, and I sat there at the end of the aisle and I was looking at her for a little minute because I'm just like, is she asleep? Like, what's she doing? Like, so I waited there, y'all, for a cool 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? But we're on production. Like, I can't just be waiting around. Like, they track everything I do. So if I'm missing for 10 minutes, I got a 10-minute scan gap. That's a problem. On top of that, I already went to the bathroom. So that's going to be about 20 minutes. So I'm just looking at her. She's not moving, right? So what I do, I proceed to back into the aisle and start pulling my freight. Mind you, she's still far at the end, right? But it's like, soon as she seen me do this, she clicked, she snapped. She comes riding up, y'all, with her little, I'm gonna just call it a Swiffer jet. She come riding up with her little Swiffer jet, y'all. Now, mind you, I'm up in the air, elevated all the way to the T-top, to the top, because I'm on a forklift, right? So she's underneath my forklift, y'all. That is not safe. That's grounds for termination right there. Because if I come down and drop down, lady, I'm going to be on your head. I'm going to be on that Swiffer jet. I'm going to be on all that. But you want the smoke, so I'm going to give it to you. So she comes riding down. Mind you, y'all, that lady was not moving for a cool 3 minutes. And I know she see me waiting at the end of that aisle. She come riding down or whatever, just blowing her horn. So at this point, I'm already up. And she's not moving from underneath me. So what am I going to do? Come down and risk me hurting this lady and me getting fired? No. So I stayed where I was at. Till she decided to back up so I could come down safely. And this is what happened, y'all. So after her blowing her horn for another 3 minutes, I come down, whatever. This lady thought she was above the law. Like, you could think that she was corporate at motherfucking where I work at. You would think that she had some type of leader position. You would think that she do more than clean the floors. Because, girl, what is you really doing? Anyway, I come down and she's like, what is your name? What is your name? I said, what is your name? What is your name? Like, what do you mean, what is my name, lady? Who are you? She's like, you don't even supposed to be on the aisle when I'm on the aisle. You don't even supposed to be on the aisle when I'm in the aisle. I said, lady, I sat down here for over 3 minutes waiting on you. I have to work. You sitting here not doing nothing. You're not even cleaning the floors. You need to go ahead about your day, ma'am. Because I already had an incident with you. Y'all, I was going in on this lady. She was like, well, what is your name? Oh, so you don't want to tell me my name? You don't want to tell me your name? So she's going to go write down my equipment number. That's basically my lift number. I'm like, girl, I don't care. Mind you, at this point, I've been working here about two years. Everybody know me. I am a great worker. What can you tell them anything about me, honey? Because it's not going to stick. It's not going to work because, first of all, why are you here? So she's just like, well, I'm going to write down your equipment number and I will take it up with your... Y'all, like, just acting like she's somebody special. So I'm like, lady, do whatever you need to do. Do whatever you need to do, but I'm going to do what I have to do when I'm about to work. You can go ahead and go clean the next aisle because at the end of the day, you being petty and funny and I don't even know you. Like, what is all the issue in the hospital? Like, every time me and this lady had an encounter, it was never nothing on no cool nothing. It was always her voice box was up here. Like, it was never like, oh, well, like with the first incident, oh, well, you could just go around. I'm just cleaning right now. Like, I don't want to be in your way. Cool, it would have been cool. Or this situation, like, oh, honey, I'm not done. Like, I'm sorry, I was just jotting something down. Like, do you mind like coming off the hour real quick so I could just finish what I'm doing and just go to? It was never none of that. It was always hostility, always an issue, right? So the next one about to rock you off your rockers. This is incident number 3. Now with that incident, I told on her because at the end of the day, it's my word against hers, and she's white. And at the end of the day, who you think they're gonna believe? So I went ahead and told on her because what you're not about to do, you're not about to get me fired over some BS, and you starting with me, and lady, I don't even know you. I don't even know what your issue is with me. I don't know what it is, but we know what it is. We know what it is, but I don't want this issue with you. So let me go ahead and tell on you. And I told on her or whatever. And they really like brushed that under the rug. Like, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. Like, next time you see someone doing that, just get X for more label or go to another app. But no, I'm not doing that because she was being petty. She was being funny the whole time. So incident number 3, y'all. After this situation, incident number 3 came up real quick. It happened like a week or 2 later because at this point, me and you got smoke. You know how I am. You know who I am. You know what I look like. Me and you got smoke, right? So, y'all, this lady riding on her Swiffer jet. Now, mind you, I'm in like the main area where the Packers are, where everybody at. I'm putting my cage car on my lift. She's riding about on her Swiffer jet, y'all. Me and this lady is mugging each other. You would think that me and her, I done took her man. You would think that I done robbed her for some money. You would think that I would have bust her in her head. Like, you would think that's how we was looking at each other. Like, I'm looking at her like rolling my neck like I'm a little kid. And she's like, and mind you, this lady is old. Y'all, matter of fact, I'm gonna put a picture in. You know Matilda, the big lady who Matilda was getting into it, the big lady. That's how she looks, but just in a smaller form. Short but big. Like, she looked just like and I'm gonna tag a picture in here so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Because what are you doing? Somebody come get their grandma. So me and her looking at each other like, so I'm looking at her, she looking at me, she on her Swiffer jet, she cruising by, right? So I'm getting ready to walk back on my lift. But y'all know how you can pick up trash, and it's like those two little grippers, but it's like long, but it's like a gripper. We have these rubber bands that ties onto the back of our cage carts to hold the cage cart up. It's a big old rubber band, not no regular little rubber band. It's big, it's a huge rubber band. So she sees the rubber band on the ground. She took those 2 tongue things, the long ones that you pick up trash with. She picked up the rubber band off the floor, y'all, and slung it at me. Thank God this lady missed me because I would have been fired. If she would have hit me with that rubber band, I would have pulled her off of that Swiffer jet and I would have mopped the floor with her. Because, girl, why are you throwing stuff at me? It's okay for us to mean mug, look at each other, roll our eyes, because you want beef with me. But you about to throw something at me? And then you going to do it in the mods where everybody can see us? Where everybody can see us. And thank God, y'all, I had a witness. One of my co-workers was actually pulling on an aisle that was right there that's facing everybody. And while this was going on, she seen us like mugging each other. She seen the whole altercation, right? So after she threw it at me, I looked up and she so happened to be looking at me. I'm going to just call her co-worker. She just so happened to look at me. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, girl, you seen that? She like, yeah, what's going on? I'm like, bro, she just threw something at me. You seen that, right? You seen that, right? She like, yeah, I seen that. Y'all. And the lady thought it was so funny, y'all. After she did that, she drove off dying laughing. And all I could do is just sit there like, wow, this lady really won't smoke. What is the issue? Like, you would really think I stole her man or her girlfriend because, girl. So after that, y'all, I went to the office mad, steaming, blood pumping out my ears. Like, I was so mad. I'm like, hey, y'all, at the end of the day, y'all need to roll those cameras back. This lady done threw something at me. I came to y'all a week ago telling y'all that she came up under my lift, wanting issues with me, threatening me, talking about she gonna write down my name, this and that, and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da, and da-da-da-da. So they like, what? Like, so at this point, my coworker comes in and was like, yeah, like, I witnessed everything. She threw that at her. She almost hit her with it. And to me, I feel like that's harassing her. At this point, she done told y'all 3 things that already did happen. And it was low-key racist fuck? Because why would she do that? Like, why would she really go out her way to throw something at this girl and she ain't even did nothing to her? Like, thank God she had a witness, y'all. They ran the cameras back, supposedly, I don't know, and seen that she did that, right? But then it's so crazy about how God works, because she got humbled real quick. Now, mind you, with the Swiffer jet that she's on, all you do for 12 hours, you just riding around. It's cake. All you doing is riding around cleaning the floor, right? You don't have to do nothing. You don't even have to stand up. You're sitting down all day, checking off what aisles you clean and going back and doubling them and cleaning them again. I don't know what happened with the whole Swiffer jet thing, but other departments started needing help. So where you think they cast her to be at, y'all? In brake pack, in my department. But she wasn't on no forklift. She got on a forklift, I think, like one time. She couldn't even deal. She was a packer. And let me tell y'all, well, she was a feeder. Let me tell y'all how stuff can humble you so quickly, right? So this lady started working in our department after all this happened. I would have thought she would have been fired. Like, because if it was me, I would have been out of there. Like, it wouldn't have been none of that. If somebody that was come up to them and say, oh, she threw something at me, she's threatening me, she's saying this, she's saying that, she's saying that, I would have been fired. Because at that point, you can't even threaten nobody. You can't say what you gonna do, what you finna do, none of that, because that's grounds for termination. You're fired. So she started working in packing. I'm not a packer. I'm a brick team member. I work in the air. I don't work down there. But I seen her. She started to feed. So, mind you, this lady's old. She is struggling, having the time of her life trying to feed. Now, mind you, feeding is very hard for some people because it's a lot of work. You got to move pallets. You got to make sure. Sometimes you got like 3 mods, which is lanes. You have to cut all their boxes open and make sure their boxes are still flowing. It's a lot. So, I could see her struggling with her. But so, I'm just laughing at her because it's like, lady, look how God can humble you because you just did all that with me. And look at where you at. Now you ain't sitting on your Swiffer jet cruising the city all day. Now you really got to do some dirty work. Now, mind you, y'all, this is what the icing on the cake. And after this, I never seen her again. One day, we got another girl. It was another Caucasian girl, and they was training her. And sometimes you have to start off being a packer first or a feeder, and then you get transferred to do what I do, right? So the girl was like struggling, trying to do, the feeding job. So the lady was just like, and it's so crazy how God works, y'all. The lady was just like, not even knowing who this girl was, her background or nothing. She just thought she was on the same time she was on. Nah. She go up to this girl and she was just like, next time you're struggling, get one of those black to do it. And she said, get one of those black to do it. To this girl. And you know what the girl did? She reported it. She told on her. In the background of this girl, I don't even know this girl, y'all. Her baby is mixed. Her baby is in white. So she told on her because it's just like, what do you mean? Next time I'm having a hard time, get one of those to do. That was the icing on the cake. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all this whole time. I'm talking this laces. I can't even talk. This lady was being racist as hell to me for no reason. Unprovoked. I never did nothing to this lady. And before that happened, after she threw something at me, she tried to be nice to me. You know what I did? I ignored the fuck out of her. Bitch, don't you ever think in your life that me and you cool. Don't you ever think in your life that you gonna say anything to me. Because once you do something weird to me or you piss me off or you get on my nerve, we ain't cool and we never will be cool. And you gonna always get that shitty side of me. Because I did nothing to you. I didn't take your man. I ain't do nothing to you, Miss Ma'am. So why are you doing that? It don't matter the color of my skin. I didn't do nothing to you. You don't be acting like that with your people, with your fair skinned people. Don't act like that with me. She got humbled real quick, y'all. After that, I never seen that fucking lady again. Thank God. Because it's like she thought she was above the law. Like, girl, who does
And it's so crazy, y'all. It took that girl to get her out of there. But when I did it, nothing happened.
At the end of the day, we work for a company. You're not getting paid no extra to do all that extra shit. You're really not. Like, come on, man. Like, I just couldn't believe that. And when that news came back to me, and the girl told on her, I'm just like, thank God. Because if it was somebody on the same type of timing that she was on, she would have still probably been there, y'all. But at the end of the day, I feel like she was going to end up leaving anyway. Because she ain't have her little cake job. Because she's lazy. She ain't have no little cake job no more. She couldn't even deal with doing what we did. Can't even stand on her feet because her feet hurt. Why are you working in a warehouse?
Ankles rocking and shit.
Maybe her life wasn't good at home, so she wanted to come at work and disturb everybody else's peace. But baby, you're not gonna disturb mine. You're not gonna, because I was doing just fine before you got here. And that's not the first time I done got into it with somebody at work. That was just, the second incident. But it happened 3 times with her. Like, come on. Like, cause I be chilling, I'm so cool. And that's what they was just like, Dante, like, what's going on? Like, what? And when they ran them cameras back, they seen that lady throwing something at me. And thank God I had somebody that seen it, because they wouldn't have believed me. And she thought it was so funny. Like, but your life is funny, man. Because clearly, you don't have one. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of my video. Racism at its finest at work. Y'all, get with me in the comments. Tell me if y'all ever experienced anything like it. Please let me know, because, woo. But yeah, y'all, that's a wrap for this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Support your girl in everything I do. Get me to 100 subscribers, please. I love y'all. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.